And joining us on the line, it's great to welcome back to Flow to chat about his latest song. We've got Andy Penkow. G'day, Andy. How you doing today, mate?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for having me back.
It is a pleasure to be chatting to you again. Now, last time it was about a song that you had done with someone else. Now it's one all by your lonesome. Are you okay out on your own now? You don't need anyone holding your hand? You're doing all right?
Mate, I'm a big boy now. I've decided to release a few of my own tunes. But it's always nice to have someone by your side, that's for sure.
That it can be. Now, firstly, how you doing at the moment? There are lockdowns everywhere and some places. How's it going for you? Are you doing okay?
Mate, I'm surviving, you know. I'm in Sydney, so for me, I'm in a pretty strict lockdown and haven't really left the house for 7 weeks. But to be honest, it's kept me quite busy. You know, I've got a lot of radio interviews and released this song, so that's really great. And working on a new album. So for me, being at home is pretty normal, being a musician. But losing all my gigs, that's the hardest part.
That is the part that I find quite annoying, is that you've had to do that, and because that's your livelihood. That's how you put food on the table and all that. So, how's that aspect? How have you been able to survive then? Are you just relying on government support, or how's that side of it working for you? Yeah,
it's a struggle, you know, and you know I'm not the only one in this predicament. But for me, I've just had to cancel our 27-show tour in September, which is a huge blow. You know, we probably can't, you know, we just don't know what's happening, so we've got no clarity. So we decided to can that or postpone that. But for me, you kind of live off whatever your savings and merchandise. You know, a lot of people buy merchandise at this stage, which is fantastic, and I'm super grateful for that. So that's something that keeps you going, and you know, you do your best. You do your best you can, and you know, I get quite creative when I'm at home by myself. So I think it's a good thing in some respect.
Well, I've just got your website up in front of me now. Let's give it a plug, andypenkow.com, and I've got the shop section, and there's some very good coffee mugs if you need a good coffee mug, folks. There are some very trendy, on-trend T-shirt styles I see here as well with the colours. So, and in good sizes too. And I'm liking the T-shirts, along with the music as well. But if you need a new coffee mug, there is one in red and one in black and white. So
how's that? You can wake up every morning with my face on your mug.
It's not one of those that's got like a hidden image in there as well, because I've seen some of those, and that could be a bit of a different one for you.
I've seen those ones, but I thought I'd go with the image actually already on there, because they wouldn't know it was me until they fill it up with something. So,
well, there you go, folks. So if you want to help Andy out, you can get some cool on-trend T-shirt colours, and there's a couple of mugs there as well, including a couple of mugs talking right now. But there you go, andypenkow.com, and click on the shop icon at the very top of the screen, and you'll be right there. Now, Andy, you've got a new song out at the moment. Before I Go, and love listening to the song. When I sort of was reading about it before I heard it, I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those sort of slow, melancholy kind of things. But it's so removed from that. It is really up-tempo. And the note I wrote down here is that this is the kind of song that if you need a kick in the butt and to get moving about something and to tip you over the edge that you need to start doing it, this is the song to get you doing that.
Mate, thanks so much. That's a really great introduction. And I think for me, I wanted to release something a bit more up-tempo and a bit more lighthearted, you know, because with what we're going through at the moment and the way the world is, you know, I wanted something kind of positive and a bit of a toe tapper. You know, I'm writing all these kind of sad love songs, and I thought, let's think outside the square a little bit here, and that's what I did with this one. And it's more of like a bucket list song for what I want to do with my life, you know, a bunch of things on there saying, you know, what I want to achieve. So I thought whoever's listening to the song can sit down and have a think about their own life, and no matter where you come from, what age you are, what kind of music you listen to, and just really have a think about, you know, your dreams and your goals, and hopefully reach the stars, you know, because the sky's the limit.
Well, on the back of the Olympics, anyone that's thinking about where they want to be, if they want to be an Olympic athlete, listen to this song, because it will get you motivated and get you moving. And when you're listing off those things, let's talk about a couple of them. I get the name in the sky kind of thing, and that. Yeah. And this one must be really, really true to you, and that's the number one hit, Before I Die.
Yeah, you know, it was a bit of a fun, quirky line that I threw in there, and I guess for me, it's not all about being at the top of your game. You know, it's more about reaching your goals and just working hard for something that you really believe in. But that was just a reference to it, you know, because all those things are like a cherry on top. for me. But still, I'd love that, and I think for me it'd be something that I'd be able to sit back and go, I've really achieved something in my life.
Yeah. But you'd certainly achieve it if you noticed you had a Grammy on your mantelpiece.
Mate, 100% you would, yeah. That I'm happy with an aria to start with, or a golden guitar, which should be nice, But yeah, I thought, why not? Why not go big?
Which would you prefer, one as a songwriter or one as the singer?
I think for me, songwriting is where my heart is, and it's where the core of my music comes from. And I think that'd be a really amazing achievement for sure to be able to do that, to get one of those as a songwriter.
I've spoken to artists that, like yourself, you perform your own music, but you also write songs and you've written for others. And they always sort of seem to lean towards the songwriter. That means a little bit more. So you've confirmed that theory of mine. You've confirmed that theory. Yeah,
it's true, I think it's because at the end of the day, us musicians and artists, it's our art form, writing music. Yeah. And for me, I look at it like it's something that I get to leave here when I'm gone, a whole bunch of a back catalogue of songs, and hopefully I get to do it for the rest of my life. And there's a lot of songs left behind, let me tell you.
Well, just on the song too, there's a lyric that you've got that while it's joyful and uplifting, yet no doubt about that, it ticks that, and as I said, it gives you a good kick in the butt to get you moving. There was one particular line that sort of just made me feel a bit sad, and that was putting your toes in the sand and having a cold one with your old man. And I can only do one of those at the moment. So for me, it was just like, it made me take a breath and just stop and think. And so I'm saying that as a good thing, but also as a bit of a sad thing as well, because, it's something that I cannot do anymore. With Dad and that, but we get through it and all that, and we go through. But it's something that, and I've said it for a long time, that I think because he's been gone for a while now. But it's just one of those things where you just like to, just crack up one and sit back and just talk sport or talk anything, and you can with your dad. You can just chat about anything, and it's just one of those things that made me just sort of I missed that, and I didn't. To be honest, I didn't realise how much I missed it. But hearing that line in that song, it just went. Yeah, I really do miss that. So it's a good thing and a bad thing and a thank you thing. So thanks, Andy.
Oh, you're so welcome, and I'm happy that it kind of, rang home to you, and that, I think for me it was kind of a reference to, life's short, and like no matter if it's your old man or if it's your best friend, just sit down and take the time to do that. Put that on your bucket list. Spend the time with people that you care about. Yeah,
because you never know when you won't be able to do it, and you will miss them. So,
That's
folks, if you haven't had a beer with a cold one with your old man for a while, then do it. Get to it and do it quickly. Now,
100%, mate.
You start the song with saying that country's in your soul. So, how deep? How deep are we talking here?
Yeah, I think for me, that line is quite interesting for me, because I'm surrounded by so many different styles of music, and I'm influenced by so many different styles of music. But looking back at my childhood and growing up, I was surrounded by country music. Both my parents used to play a lot of country music. I'd get home from school and my mum would have, like Casey Chambers and a whole bunch, Dolly Parton, and you name it playing. So for me, that stuck with me pretty much my whole life. So that's where that line came from in the song. And I love the style. I love country music, and I love the fact that I get to kind of put my own twist on it and really make it my own. And that's what I'm trying to do. I think being pigeonholed is not a good thing. I really want to be able to go, this is what I do. This is me. This is my style of music. So yeah.
Well, I think it's a good country pop song. It ticks that box, and I think it's a good extension out to it. So I did enjoy that. But I know country's important to you, and it's good that we to talk about it and how deep it means and what it really means. I mean, some artists don't want to go there, but I'm glad you've gone there and you've acknowledged it so beautifully.
Yeah, and it is. I'm a country boy. Like, I'm from the country as well. So for me, it's just part of my life. It's part of who I am, and it's. There's another line in there, like the road's going to take me home, because I know that's where my heart is, and no matter where I am in the world and what I'm doing with my life, I'm always know that road's going to take me back home and to where it all started.
Is it the road that in your video you're seen walking along with a bag in one hand and a suitcase guitar in the other?
That's the one, yeah, that's the one. Thought it'd be a nice reference.
It's a cool video. So and I see it must be one of those COVID videos because you're the only one in it.
Yeah, I'm getting used to doing a few of those, to be honest. I've been working with Jay Seeney from Blacklist.
Yep. He's
here in Sydney, and I've done, I think, 4 videos with Jay now. And this is the 4th one that I've done with him, which is fantastic. And I think he's such a interesting guy because he's so good at the cinematography of it.
Yeah.
He has some beautiful shots in there, which I love. And a lot of those places that we shot this music video and my previous music video, Chasing the Sun, was my local area that I grew up in. So having that as a point of reference is really important for me.
I love the sunset scene, but you're sort of the shadow of you is blocking out the sun. And mate,
that was actually quite early in the morning. To be honest, It was about 5 a.m. in the morning, and just before this lockdown happened, and it was freezing. Mate. It was so cold on the beach. It was actually warmer standing in the water than it was on the sand.
Yes, I remember those mornings too. So from years ago,
it was magic.
Yeah, it certainly looks it. It certainly looks it. Well, Andy, what's coming up for you? I know it's kind of an awkward question to ask, but what is coming up for you? Because we can't say you got a gig soon because we don't know what's happening there, but how is it looking towards the end of this year and the start of next year? Are you being optimistic that things will improve and you'll be able to get out there?
Yeah, definitely. For me, I'm a pretty positive person. I like to think ahead. I'm always thinking one step ahead. So I'm actually in the process I'm planning an album and remotely recording at the moment from home. So that's keeping me busy. The album should be ready by the end of the year, and it's going to be a killer. You know, I've really put everything that I've got into this album. I really want it to stand out. I want it to just resonate to the listener and the fans. So I'm putting my heart and soul and everything I've got into it. So that's taken up a bit of my time. And moving into next year, you know, Tamworth Country Music Festival, the 50th anniversary, I've got some really big shows booked up there, so I'm looking forward to that. And then hopefully next year I'll get out and I'll tour the album when things are back to some kind of, you know, normal, so to speak.
We certainly hope so. I would love to talk more about the I'm saying the T word. I'm not going to mention anything more about it because I mentioned the G word for Gympie and look what happened with that. So I'm just saying T. So you know what I mean. I'm not saying anything. I don't want to jinx them, but I'm certainly fingers crossed all going well, and I'm looking forward to having a chat about the album now. Is the album, is it going to be a mixture of sort of styles and tracks? And I know you're saying you love country, but you're going to be drifting around. I don't think it's all going to be about the one thing. I can't see it being that.
I think you hit the nail on the head, and I've really done my research on this album, and I've really, I'm working with Rod Motby again, who I've worked with a few times, and got some amazing co-writes on there. I've worked with Alan Caswell, who's the grumpy old man of country music, and absolutely love everything he does. So that was a bit of an honour. And I've actually got some lyrics from a lady called Kat Stewart, who helped me write my last song, How Many Times, with Della Harris, and she actually won an award with these lyrics, and she's trusting me to release it to the world and put my own take on it. It's actually going to be a bush ballad, my first bush ballad. So, yeah, it'll be quite interesting. And then it's going to be a really interesting project because there's so many different things that I'm giving it. And you'll be able to kind of look at it at, you know, different styles and the way that I've kind of built my career around these different styles. So, yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's so much fun to do at the moment. I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited too because you're talking about an album and different styles and tracks. It's something that I've missed. I know everyone's been focused on singles of the last couple of years, but I do miss the albums, and I like to talk about it. So I'm looking forward to hearing it and chatting to you about it. Well, Andy, good luck with everything. Please stay safe. Hopefully you'll get out of lockdown soon and you can start performing and doing gigs and everyone can get to hear this great track that we're about to play for everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with us on Flow, and if you can please introduce it for us.
Thanks so much for having me, and I really appreciate all the support you guys are giving me. This is my new single. It's called Before I Go.
Country music is in my soul, and the bright lights keep shining through my window. I often sit on my own. Sometimes I feel like my heart is made of stone. I wanna write my name in the sky. I wanna have a #1 hit before I die. I wanna see the sunset in Mexico, set fire to the rain before I go. This country is part of me, even though I spend most my life living in the city. And that road will take me home. Before then I got a lot to do, and I'm doing it on my own. I wanna feel my toes in the sand, and have a cold one with my old man. I wanna stay up all night dancing, watch the city lights fade into the morning. Gonna buy a big old house for you, fill it with old guitars, old cars, and a Grammy or two. Wanna see my name up in lights. I wanna tell my own story before I die. I wanna do it just like Elvis did, keep the dream alive just like when I was a kid. I wanna write my name in the sky. I wanna have a #1 hit before I die. I wanna see the sunset in Mexico, set fire to the rain before I go, set fire to the rain before I